Alrighty, BB40 back with a Doors video. This past week I decided to just go in and check to see what the hotel looks like these days. It's been a while since I played this game. In the mines I could only make it to the grumbles. I could get 3 out of the 4 switches, and I just couldn't get past 6 or 8 grumbles roaming the hallways or the caves. Just ridiculous to try to get past all those grumbles, so I just gave up on even trying to play in the mines anymore. But I always liked the hotels, so I thought I'd go back in and see what's new. And it looks like all the bookshelves have changed. They've added cobwebs, and they changed the way the books look. So I thought that was interesting to see new bookshelves, and even see some items on there. I've been waiting for them to put an item on the bookshelf that you can actually grab during the middle of the game, but they haven't done that yet that I can tell. I haven't seen any bookshelves light up with a E when you walk by them, so. But yeah, they made them more cartoonish, I think. They not like real books that we used to have. It's starting to look more like a Disney cartoon, I think, what they're doing with the game. So in this room here is usually when you're running from Seek, you see this arrangement, this little hexagon room, but they've since added it to the main hotel here. And I always like checking for any chests, for anything good that might be hiding in there. And a lot of times I'll buy the lockpicks at the beginning of the game, so I'll have them just in case I come across a lock check. So, but anyway, not too much else has changed yet, but what I've noticed going through, the lights flickered, and usually flickering lights indicates either rush or ambush coming, or you're coming up on Seek, but I'm not near it Seek yet, and nothing happened. Nothing's coming. It takes another, I think, 3 or 4 rooms before rush finally comes. So I don't know what the deal is with the lights flickering 3 rooms in advance now before rush comes. So I'm just, getting a locker, because I'm not sure what to expect in this new update. And they've added skulls, and I've seen candles, and there's a candle there, but you can't grab any of this stuff. And the cobwebs. They look like they just drew lines across the bookshelves. Oh, I should have checked out that painting. It looked like a new one. It looked like a turd. I don't know what that was. Sometimes I like looking around for new paintings, but I was more interested. This particular room is a lot of times you can find a cross hanging on the wall, either above the door or right on the wall here. So I was just looking around to see if there was a cross, and I wasn't paying attention to that painting. I'm going to scroll back and take a closer look at it. They usually do add new paintings with every update that they do, but I really didn't think to check a lot of them in this particular run here. I was just more interested in seeing what's new as far as the map and the rooms and the bookshelves, and not knowing what to expect through the next door, if they might have added some other new monster or surprise or something. But the things that they made big changes to is the dungeons, the basements, when you have to go down and flick a switch to open a gate. Basements are a lot different now. And the library, oh my gosh, the library is huge. With Figure, I was really surprised to see what they did with the library and how big they made it. Very, very big difference in the library. You'll see that when we get to door 49, door 50 when we get up there. So I'm kind of taking my time, just checking everything out. And it looked like a new painting there too, I'm not sure. I should have taken the time to look at them all, like I said before, but I didn't think about it at the time. So there was flickering again, and here comes Rush. So a lot of times you can still, fortunately I wanted to make sure I could still survive in a side room with Rush going by. I think as long as Rush can't get a direct line of sight on you, you're safe. As you saw, I was just hiding in the corner there. I didn't go under the bed or in the locker. Didn't have to. Screech looks lower quality now than he did before, I think. Was not impressed with Screech there. He just, again, I thought he looked like a little cartoon character compared to what he used to look like. So that was a little disappointing that they downgraded Screech. I kept having a lot of trouble grabbing coins, especially when they're on the top drawer. If anybody else has been having that problem with the this new release, just before you used to just look at the coins and they'd pop into your your inventory, and now you gotta click and grab them. And your arm just kind of sweeps by and sweeps them out of the drawers and off the tables. So still haven't found the key, and of course in this particular one, the key is in the very last room I look in. The key will actually glow. It still has the guiding light on the key and the doors, but it's not as strong. As you can see, the doors are starting to light up. It's not as strong as it used to be. Guiding light is weaker. So I found that a little disappointing too. It's outside that door on the right. You can see it's lit up more, and you can see it coming through the wall there. The guiding light is not as strong as it was. There's another little cartoon Screech again. So it's over here laying on the floor here. Last room I go into. So I like going into each of the different drawers and just pillaging, getting whatever coins I can. Stock up for as much as I can when I get to Jeff's shop. And buy whatever I can. Yeah, I'm also disappointed in that they reduced the amount of items that you can carry. I think you can actually only carry 5 now. The 6th slot is always reserved for a key. Oop, I didn't quite drop that properly. These paintings have not changed since the last previous update. See, there was another little flicker. I wasn't sure what was going on. If there's something I missed, or maybe there's a hiding in a locker in that room or something. I don't know. But again, I got another flicker, but nothing happened. I'm just making sure, because first time back in here in months, and I wanted to make sure I didn't miss something. Make sure Rush wasn't going to come up behind me. I didn't see any locker in his locker there. And the clocks are just like going haywire. They did do that in the previous update. I noticed the clock's second hand spins around in like 2 seconds all the way around. I think I stopped and looked at them a couple times, but so they did carry that over from the mines, that bleep sound anytime there's something in a drawer, whether it's a band-aid or a battery, or except for the coins. If there's an item of some kind that you can pick up besides coins, then you'll hear that little bleep sound. That they started doing that with the mines when they introduced that in the previous update. And I'm just struggling with the drawers now. I used to be able to go through those so quick before. That's eyes off there in the side room. I never even had to go into that room. They're coming in the back way here into this particular rooms and hallways. Before I used to come in from the other end, but now they made it you can come in any one of the different doors. There's 3 doors into this area. And you came into through the door that you usually used to exit through. So this is just going out to the other area, and eyes is in that room, so I'm not even going to look in that room. I'm just going to leave it closed. It shouldn't look any different than this one. It just has eyes in the middle of it. So this room wasn't too much different. I didn't get a lot of dupe rooms where dupe was in a room somewhere, and not a lot of them. I do run into him a few times, and I'll show you just he still is the same As far as figuring out what door he's hiding behind, if you didn't keep track of the door numbers, all you have to do is just get up next to the door and listen, and you'll hear him grumbling behind the door, and you know that's not the one to open up. So if you're not sure which door is dupe hiding behind, just take your time, go up next to the door, get close to the side of the door, and just listen, and you'll hear dupe. And there's some more flickering again, so I'm gonna go back. I could have hidden the corner again, but I decided just to hit the locker just to be safe. I think I would have been safe over in the right corner over there, but it was far enough away from the door. Shouldn't have had any problem. It looks like there might be another eyes up here. So here's, I did not pay attention to the door numbers. I think I actually did. I think I remembered. I'm just looking for any closets like this one, or small rooms. I didn't have to go and listen to the side of the door. I remember which one it was at the time. But yeah, I don't know if I like the new books or not. Like I said, I think they look very cartoonish compared to before. But it is a game, an animated game. They downgraded the bookshelves, in my opinion, but they made it more colorful anyway. So I think I'll be coming up on my first dungeon or gate. I have to go down in the basement to get find a switch. And they were actually much bigger and more confusing than they used to be. They make you take several different turns, almost like the original dungeons or basements that they used to have with all the barrels all over the place. It's kind of a mix between the old originals and the newer versions, what the basements look like now. And when you get back to about door 65, you know, when you have the back rooms, you can go the detour. That dungeon is only on one side now instead of both sides. It's only on one side. You don't have to go down both sides anymore. That shock painting is an old one that's been there for a few updates. So again, I'm going to look around and see if I can find a cross. This is the room that you could find a cross in typically, but always look over the doors and on the walls. But, oh, accidentally. Still having trouble with those drawers. Trying to grab that loot on the top drawer. I just had a hard time grabbing it. I guess since I haven't played this game in months, I'm a little rusty at it. Now the eyes, they always did eyes on the walls here. You know, Seek's eyes, they always did kind of pop when they blinked, but they kind of do it more now. They seem louder. And they're definitely synchronized with the blinking. So I saw the flickering again, and sometimes Rush now, since the last couple of updates, Rush does come in Seek's area now, which he didn't do before. So I don't think I paid attention this time to which door was the correct door to go out. So I need to go up and listen. Can't remember. There's another closet over here. I want to check the closet. And there's happened to be a locked case this time, a locked chest. I didn't have any keys, so lockpicks. I couldn't open it up. That's one thing I noticed at the end of this. I make it to the elevator and go down into the mines, and I roam around in the mines for a little bit, see if anything there is changed. And they did make changes in the mines. They added locked lockers, a lot of locked lockers and locked tool chests. An awful lot of them locked now. I don't know how you're supposed to find lockpicks. I did find a lockpick in one of the tool chests one time. But now seek here. Took me a couple minutes to remember, not minutes, but a few seconds to remember that my technique to get through here is always look left, and if I don't see the door, go right. But I was a little slow on the uptake that time. The door was on the left, and I should have just gone left when I saw it. So that's basically the trick I used to use to get through seek to figure out which door is the right one. Is always look left first. I just look one direction. If the door is over there, I go left. If it's not, I just go right. I don't worry about looking both ways and trying to figure out which door is the right one. All you have to do is figure out if one is the right one or not. Just one side. If it turns out to be the right one, just go that way. If it's not, just go the other way. So it makes it a little easier to figure out which way to go to find the right door. We're going to get Rush to come again. That time the lights flickered, and he really does come this time. A couple times before we got here, the lights were flickering and nothing happened. I had to go 3 or 4 more doors before Rush would show up. So here we get 2 doors. I'm not sure I remember, so just go. Oh yeah. Again, there was more flickering lights there, and I don't know why. So again, I'm just hiding in the corner, just in case ambush comes around. I can grab me the vitamins, even though I can't grab a battery. I don't have a flashlight yet. Not till I make it to Jeff's shop and I buy one. So yeah, they only allow 5 slots and 6 with the keys. That's really sucks, because if you go all the way through the hotel here, and then you get into the mines, and you carry a whole inventory of stuff with you, you know, say you have a flashlight, a lighter, a cross, vitamins, lockpicks, your inventory is full. You can't pick up any more items unless you drop an item. And when you get to the mines, you have the glow sticks that you can throw. You have 3 different flashlights. There's shears that you can pick up. You know, a lot of different things that you can get in the mines as well as the hotels. So I don't understand why they cut back your inventory to only allow 5 items. That just, now this surprised me here. I grabbed some stuff from the drawers, and Figure heard it, and he ran over there. So I decided, since it's the first time in this huge new library, I'm not going to open up any more drawers. I don't want him coming after me. I'm here looting the drawers, and here comes a Figure. So in the libraries, it is still the same as far as finding the books. You could just roam around up and down the different aisles and just listen for the books. And all the books I noticed kind of look the same. They all look blue. You can kind of see one on the shelf right there. That middle shelf, height right there, see it? They all got these little crescent moons on them, and they look light blue. So I guess it makes them easier to find, but I still do my trick of just listening. Listen for the ringing. And when I hear the ringing, then I look for the book, see where it is. That trick still works. There's one there. Again, it's another blue book with a crescent moon on there. So I guess visually it's easier to find the books now. Though, like I say, you can still just listen for them, but it's hard to figure out. I don't know what Figure's pattern is here. He does go down the different aisles at different times. I hear the ringing. It's on the other side, though. I'm going to go on the other side and grab the book. There it is there. So after I grab it, I'm going to go over and corner here and just figure out where Figure is. Figure out Figure. Make sure he's not too close. There he is over there. He's coming down this way, so I'm getting a little nervous. I don't know how far he's going to come down. You just don't have the flashlight head, so you can kind of look for him that way. If you see the lights coming down the hallway, you know he's coming after you. So where is he? Oh, there he is. I gotta get out of his way. Around checking out some new bookshelves. It's really did a lot with the library. I'm very surprised. And they blocked off the stairs on the right now. You have to go up the left side. And looking from here, it looks like there's another level, upper level, but you can't get up there. It was blocked from what I could tell on both sides. It was blocked. So I'm going to work my way around. Oh, there's the alarm clock. That's another item that you can pick up and put in your inventory. Again, I mean, before it was limited to 10, but now they've cut it down to only you can only carry 5 items besides the key. So I haven't checked all these shelves yet, so I'm going this one right there. I think there's one more down here. I don't remember. I don't think I got it my first time down here. I had to come back down and look for it again because I was short one book when I got to the top. Now I'm getting a little nervous here. I'm not sure where Figure is. This library is so big, you can be hiding anywhere. But he's all the way on the other side. So he does go down the outer edges, so you gotta be careful in this new library. Make sure you stay pretty far away from him. He's going back upstairs so I can look around the open here some more. When I get over here, I heard some ringing, but it wasn't there. It's over here on the other bookshelf. Right up there. There's a lot of shelves, but there aren't too many books on them. You can have some candles and skulls too, I imagine. So I thought at this time I had all the books downstairs, so I'm going to try to find my way upstairs. Get rid of the books that are up there. I checked, I was short one, I can't remember, but anyway, we'll see when I get up there. I can check these shelves in the middle here. There's a group of shelves right there. There's another book right there. And I think that was the last one down below. Yeah, the library is ginormous now. It's huge. So this side's cut off. I was like, darn, I was going to run up there and I can't. I don't know why they didn't leave them both open. He's going upstairs. I'm going to get over there and I'm going to tuck myself in that corner on the side of the stairs there. And hopefully I'll be safe because I know sometimes he'll come down the stairs and he'll turn and go right into that corner. And he's going to the other side. Maybe we can run for it. No, he's going to go back upstairs. So I'm going to go right up in that corner and see if I can make it there before he comes back down. I'm going to come down the stairs and go around me. And hopefully I'll be safe. Yep. We've even added some big slabs of rotten meat in the library here, which I always thought was ridiculous. Because how are you going to get something that big in the library? I don't know if it'd be safe under the stairs here. I imagine it might, because I don't think Figure can fit under there. So we check the other side. I am missing one book, and hopefully it's over here. There it is. Alright, so I got all 8 books down. Oh, he's coming around here. Oh boy, if he came down this way, I would have been dead. I was kind of stuck there. I was lucky he didn't turn and come down around the stairs. So we're going to figure out the code. So we got a square is 7, triangle 2, x1, 721, 86. Pentagon's 8, and circle is 6. 72186. And I said, I'm going to go ahead and do this before he comes back up here again. He was getting close too. So I wasn't sure if the door was even going to close behind me. I was like, where's Jeff? Jeff's shop is usually here. I don't even hear his music yet. And there's some more flickering. But again, just another false alarm. But then I did forget. No, I was trying to figure out, okay, the library's door 50, right? And 51, 52. This should be 52. I should be going for 53, is that right? But the weird thing was, it turned out it was actually over here. 54 was the right door. So I'm listening. I don't hear anything. If you're not sure, just turn your volume all the way up so you can hear dupe. So I came over to the other door over here, and I think even before I got all the way to the door, I could hear him. Yeah, you can hear him in there, so I knew this was the right door. Now we might have Rush coming. Now, there was a time that I could have hid behind the door. The open door over there, I could have just hid behind it. It would have been safe. But I tried that last update, and I got killed. I was really surprised. You know, the doors that go down into the basements, you used to be able to hide behind that door when Rush came by, but now he'll kill you if you try it. So I just played it safe and hopped into the locker. A little cartoon Screech. I don't know if this is a new room, just a new bookshelves make it look new, but I know this room has been around before. And we still haven't hit Jeff's shop yet. So I'm just looking around, taking everything in, checking the shelves, see if there's anything new that might pop out. But nope, they're not putting anything you can pick up on the shelves. Not yet anyway. They may do that someday. Who knows? But this was very interesting. This is the new Jeff shop. They put this humans with a backwards S. This way. I don't know if there was anything hiding in here anywhere, but I didn't notice anything. I want to check that. There's a lot of coins sitting there. Nothing over here. So here's the new Jeff shop, which I guess is pretty much the same as before. You know, the previous update. Just they made it different. And getting down into Jeff's shop here. So I tried the different things. I tried Bob. He still does nothing. El Cablino will tell you different things if you talk to him. And the radio is funny. If you haven't ever tried, hold an E on the radio. It changes to a static channel, and Jeff goes and whacks it on the top and sets it back to its original station. Original song. I forget if I had a phone call or something. I had to stop for a little bit. I think maybe I'll go back and cut this out, but didn't have to spend too much time. So I ended up collecting enough coins that I could buy everything on the shelf here, plus make a little donation. So, El Cablino, those all around, yeah. And Bob, I thought I'd try it since another update, and still he doesn't do anything. Nothing happens. Macho Meat Dude. I'm not sure who that would be. So I noticed that, because my inventory is limited, I couldn't hold everything that I wanted. So I needed to decide what I want to keep. I don't like the candles, so I traded the candle for the flashlight. Then I thought, I don't like my cross being over number 4. I wanted to make it number 1. So make a little donation, play with the radio. So I wanted to see if I could drop my cross and then pick it up as number 1. Because I thought whichever item you drop, if there's something that dropped and you want to pick it up, you can select a number. Like here, I'm going to put the cross on the floor, go over to number 1. But the cross went back to number 6. I was like, why did it do that? Why didn't it come out in the number 1 slot? So I played around with it for a few times until I finally decided which items I wanted to keep. My lighter was laying on the floor there. I didn't want that. I don't want the candle. But it looks like, so I can actually hold 6 items, it looks like now. Still trying to get the crossover to the number 1 spot, but it just wouldn't work. Just couldn't do it. Could not do it. So I think I finally gave up on that, trying to move it around. So just drop that candle. The cross just got to stay in number 5. So this room, yeah, it's one of those beat up rooms, but it's kind of backwards from what they usually are. I check the table here, make sure to see if there's any coins in here, and there was some. So, door 60. So this is the same door 60. We do have the detour, but I'd like to open up the this door before I go check out the detour or anything, because I want the guiding light to light up the switch in the basement. And as soon as you open the door, it triggers the guiding light, the countdown. I think it takes like 30, 40 seconds in that range for the guiding light to start showing up. So I didn't really expect this to be different, but it really was a lot different. So you had a different library, a different Jeff's shop, and a different basement than what we had before. So they added a lot more barrels, which used to be in the original game, from a couple of years ago, well, 3 or 4 years ago when they first started playing this. Lots of barrels everywhere and walls, but so this, the arrangement's completely different. I actually got lost for a little while, had trouble finding my way back. So I backtracked a little bit, make sure I could find my way back here. I had to go pretty deep in here and to find the switch. See, things are starting to glow. The door is starting to glow. But I realized I gotta go. I think I actually go over to the opposite side. You don't have to take the tunnel anymore. But it took me all the way to the opposite side, and this is the only way you can get to the opposite side now. There's no stairs on the opposite side anymore. It's just an empty room. You'll see that when I go back upstairs. So I had to go all the way over to the other side. All as far as you could go. So now I gotta try to find my way back. I was hoping to come across another door to take me up to the other set of stairs, but that wasn't there anymore. The other stairwell is gone. And this mug, I'm not sure what these are. I grabbed it and I dropped my flashlight. I said, well, I don't want to carry this around, so I'll just take it and see what happens. I guess it's just some green beer. I don't know. I didn't start feeling woozy. I thought it'd be like the candy you had during that Halloween event where you eat some of the candy to make you sick. You turn all green. But that green beer didn't do anything to me. That looked like a baby, but the other door stairwell there that's all boarded up. You couldn't get back up there. I had to go all the way back around to the other side. So I went over just to check and say, what's the other stairwell on the other side anymore? And you open it up, and it was just a room. So you don't have the dual stairwells anymore. So we're gonna come up to the other. Yeah, let's find that cross just in case I didn't time it properly. And I was lucky. I was holding the cross later on. You'll see in the greenhouse. I was afraid that Rush might sneak up on me, and instead it was Screech. And I was very surprised that the cross did not kill Screech, because I was holding it in my hand when Screech. When I turned and looked at Screech and chased him away. But fortunately, I didn't waste my cross on Screech. So, and one thing happened, which I think may have been a glitch in the game at the very end. You'll see if you follow it all the way through. So this new hospital showed up on the previous update, not this latest one. So this hasn't changed from what I could tell from the previous update. It's still big. Very big hospital area now. My flashlight's fully charged, so I couldn't grab that battery. I'm just looking around for all the different chests I could find, gather up all the different coins and whatever else might be hiding in them. Check each of the rooms. Getting some lockpicks now. They've added a lot of little side rooms and closets, which I always like exploring. Dual chests. I've already got all the lockpicks I can carry. Gotta get my herb of veritas. I was hitting E and nothing was happening. I was like, what's going on? I had to redo it. I had to start over. I remember which way was out now. So they haven't added any these doors on the ends of these hospital rooms. They're still dead. Can't go into them. Nothing inside them. This was just a dead end being blocked. So now to move on and see what else we can find. See what else is new in this game. So checking my inventory, and it seems like I lost something. I'm not sure what. I got lockpicks, I got vitamins, I got my cross. Oh, I used up the key. The skeleton key, so I don't have that anymore. Yeah, these little narrow Z-shaped hallways have a lot of side rooms in them now. And that was since the previous update. So they haven't really changed that much. Seems crowded in the hallway now. Collecting a lot of coins. Now this room, ambush shows up just out of the blue. Ambush, basically, you gotta wait till you hear them coming, and you gotta be very quick to get in your locker. And here it's like, why am I not getting out? I was hitting E instead of W. So I think still, like before, you can come anywhere from 2 to 4 times. So just wait until I hear him again. He only came twice this time, so I didn't have to hop back in there again. So I think I hit pretty much every entity in this run. I even came across Halt in one of these rooms. I didn't notice his flickering. Normally he flickers like multiple times, a whole bunch of times. He'll flicker and flicker. We'll see if it happens before I walk into his new room too. The previous update, the Halt hallway was changed to a big ballroom now. And I don't, I used to just, back up away, but Halt comes rather quickly now, so I ended up, plus you can end up backing into a table or a chair walking backwards, so I always turn around now instead of just walking backwards away from Halt. So this is another case where I wasn't quite sure which door was the right door, and I had to go up and listen. I couldn't grab that coin. I hate that. So I'm in trouble with that last top drawer. You gotta be in a certain distance. You gotta be pretty close to it, to grab the coins easily. Be too far away like that. So I'm listening, and I can hear Dupe behind that door over there. You can actually hear him in this corner of this room. I think I already knew which number was the right number, but I wanted to listen to make sure. So now we're coming up on the second seek. Oh, Rush is coming, so I'm going to hide in this corner. I actually could have made it through this all the way to the greenhouse anyway without even hopping in any lockers at all. I had opportunities in every room to hide in a corner and avoid Rush. There used to be a challenge that some people used to do. I've seen videos done on it a few years back where they challenge it going through the entire map without hiding in any lockers or under any beds. Used to be something you can do, I think, because the greenhouse, they didn't have the greenhouse or something, I forget. I'd have to go back and look at some of my old videos. So, just follow my rule, look left, and there's the door, just go left. Just look left, and there it is, just go that way. Look left, no, go right, yep, just go around. Look left, no, right, there you go. Left, there it is. It usually works out pretty good. And, yeah, I got my butt singed. I got too close to that fire. So hopefully my Herba Veritas will heal me. But I've heard that the Herba Veritas doesn't just automatically heal you anymore. You have to go through doors. Every time you go through a door, you get a little bit of healing. Let's see what happens when I go through this door. Oh, you see there's Halt, and I didn't notice all the flickering as a warning. Usually used to get a whole bunch of flickering. So I tried backing up, and I was like, oh no, it's going to get me. Just, I'm just going to turn around from now on. And just turn around and see where I'm going and make sure I'm walking as fast as I can away from him. But you have to make the directional change very quickly. You can't hesitate for too long, or he'll be right on you and he'll hit you. Unfortunately, he doesn't hit you for 100%, like Rush or Ambush. He only gets you for, I think, about a third. And that time, fortunately, I got close enough to the door I could just keep going. So I didn't see what that door number was. So again, I had to just get up next to the doors and listen. So just get right up on the side. Just listen. And if he's there, you'll definitely hear him after a few seconds. There, I didn't really hear him. I wasn't sure, so I came back over here and then checked this door over here. And he was kind of loud there, so that's definitely the wrong one. So I had to go back to this door. This is the right door. More flickering. Another rush. I thought he was going to disappear. I guess he backtracked a little bit. Oops. Stupid eyes. Let's get door 86. So here's another basement. And the other side is, again, just a... Well, that one's dead. Sometimes it's another room on the other side. This is the same big basement that you had over door 61, door 60. It's a pretty big basement. There's another little mug of beer, I guess. I didn't want to touch this one because I don't know what the heck it does. I don't know anything about the beer. So I want to just go in here just to see if there's anything in there, which I do on the way back. So there's nothing in there. Yeah, no switch. The switch could be pretty much on any of these walls now. There's one there. Yep, pretty much maybe go all the way in. So yeah, I just want to go look in this little room. Have it go through a tunnel. You know, the old version, you used to have to go through a tunnel to get to the next room sometimes. They eliminated that. They eliminated the tunnels from the main hotel. You only find them in these basements now. So now the next couple doors will be going outside. And I imagine probably everybody knows now that you can find the shears outside. And there are chests for... It's actually like a bulkhead door that goes into the basement. It's covered in vines, and you use the shears to cut the vines to get down in the basement. I mean, I had a problem with the snare. I thought I could squeeze by him one time, and I chose the wrong side. So I knew I had to find the narrow locker. Somewhere in here is a narrow locker, and I missed it on this side. I went through kind of quick and really didn't look at everything closely, and I was like, what's that? I knew I had to find a narrow locker, but I just did not find it over here the first time I looked on this side. So I had to come back over here and find it, because it wasn't on the other side. The bulkhead's on the other side that you go in. And there it is right there. And I just looked right at it and didn't see it. I think I was more looking around at everything and exploring. So this has changed from the previous, not from the previous, but the old updates. The previous updates updated this outside out here and added this shears and added the bulkhead, the basement. So this, it doesn't look like it's changed from this previous update though. It looks like it's still the same as the previous update. Although I only did it, gosh, I've only played doors 3 times after the previous update, and this is the only time I've done it since the latest update. So I knew I now had to find the locker. I had to find a small narrow locker to get into that that bulkhead right there. I need to cut the vines away, and there's a snare right in front of it, and I knew it was there. But I rushed up the stairs to go on to get out, and then I took one step too many, and I hit that snare on the way out. So I gotta go back on the other side, go find the shears. It's not on this side anywhere. I was like, darn, I walked through the whole other side and I missed it. I didn't see it. I didn't see the little narrow locker. Yeah, so it's definitely not on this side. Remember before, it used to be on the same side as the bulkhead, but not this time. It's on the opposite side. Just gonna go through here again, try to find that narrow locker. Here's another wide one. It's not from there. I remember there being a name tag, like a gravestone there. Looks like it had a bunch of Greek letters on it. So here's the narrow locker. So I gotta, let's see if I need to give up something up or not. I don't remember. So I hold on to, oh, I didn't have to. So it would allow me to carry 6 items. So 6 is your limit. Before it used to be 10. But now we're limited to 6 items. So now I got my shears. I'm going back over. I'm going to open up that bulkhead and go down that little dungeon there in the basement. And typically, you know, what you get down there is just a bunch of coins. You can collect a lot of coins. So there's a squeeze by these, that snare, but there's a snare right at the bottom here in front of this other door. I was like, darn. Which side do I go? And I picked the wrong side here and I ended up stepping on it. Trying to squeeze. Nope. Couldn't quite do it. And I thought, darn, well, I've got the Herba Veritas. It can heal me up as I go through the game. But you gotta watch out for these snares in this little basement here. There's a lot of them. But you also get a lot of coins. So I want to go through and collect all the coins I could. I gotta watch out for that snare. And one more. A couple more coins here and there. So I decided to go and turn my back to him this time, squeeze by him. And this time I went through the door. Fortunately, you can actually walk through the doors, and that was enough space there to get me through. Then I had to duck and then stand back up. I was like, oh no, I forgot him. I stood back up. I remembered it right when I stepped on it. I remembered it was there. So anyway, a little more damage, but I ended up making it through it to the end. So now the greenhouse, Rush does only came 3 times. So, oh, stupid eyes again. So every time you come in through a door, if you're not sure if Rush is going to come, just find a locker and just wait by the locker. Give yourself about 10 seconds, 10 or 15 seconds. And if Rush doesn't come, then you know you're safe and you move on to the next door. So I was holding my cross just in case he snuck up on me. And I ended up, fortunately, I did not waste the cross. And you gotta watch out for snares too out here in the garden. See? I was holding the cross and Screech was right there, and fortunately the cross did not work on Screech. But then I never got to use the cross anyway. Ended up carrying it into the mines. Used it on a rush in the mines. So I'm just sitting by the locker because I open up another gate. You know, it's always, every time you open a gate, it trigger Rush coming. So now if you go through another gate and you can't see the number, like the number's erased there now, and you have multiple options, all you gotta do is go up to the gate and look at it. If it's all black, like you can't see through the gate, then it's the wrong one. And if you can see through the gate, like this one I can see through it, that's the right one. That's a 92. So the right gate you can always look through. And again, I'm going to sit by a locker, and I'm holding the cross just in case I don't hear Rush quick enough. There he comes. again to the next one and figure out which. Gotta watch out for the snares also. That one looked black. That one looks black. And this one looks like you can see through it, so that's the right one. And you can actually hear dupe on the dock gates. If you walk up to one, you can hear them grumbling behind the gate. So you can actually even listen for dupe if you're not sure. So again, every time you open a gate, just go sit by a locker. Just wait and listen for about 10-15 seconds. Just give it time for Rush to come, if he's going to come. Here he comes. And when you hear him, just hop in the locker. Whoop, stupid eyes. So now I got to check again which door would be the right door. That one looked dark. That one looked dark, but and usually eyes always guards the exit, but not this time. I could hear dupe, and it's a black door, so I had to go back and look at the doors again. And this one up here is clear, so I can see through it. That's a good one. So that one almost tricked me that time, because eyes. Every time in the past, eyes would always guard the exit. Whichever one eyes was standing in front of, it's the one, usually the one that was the right exit and the right way to leave. But not that time. He tried to trick me that time. So I'm just listening one more time. I got one more gate. He's going to come one more time, I think. So I'll go through this one. See, that's only 96. Find me a locker, watch out for snare. If it's not 96 here, it'll be 97 that Rush will come again. Yeah, I've waited long enough. He's not coming in this room. Open 97, just go right back to the locker. Here he comes. So the greenhouse is not so bad if you just take your time. And I definitely will never set any kind of speed record in this game. Oh, the freaking eyes, I hate them. Alright, and I check the different hallways to see which one I can see through. I think I could actually hear. Yeah, it's a dark one. So that's a dupe. This side over here, I could hear dupe grumbling. So this one's clear, you can see through it. That's the right one. Now from this point, usually when you make it to 98, you don't have to worry about Rush anymore. 98, 99, 100. No more Rush. That's the way it used to be. This looks like it was still that way now. Didn't have to worry about Rush coming again. He's already came through here 3 times to the greenhouse. That's usually his limit. Try to figure out which one I can see through. That one. Yep, you can see through that one. So that's the right one. 99. And since it was the first time back in here in months, I wanted to make sure they didn't set it up to where Rush would come in the last door. So fortunately, he did not show up. And this big old door here, I don't know why they put this in here. Maybe one day they'll allow us to open it and see what's behind it. Now, figure used to be ridiculously hard in this door 100 in the past, but now he's not quite so bad. They tamed him down a little bit. Because the first, like I say, after the previous update, I played it 3 times, the hotel here, and I made it all the way through 2 times. And the only reason I made it through is because I had my crosshair at the end. I had to use it on figure because you could not shake him before. it was impossible to shake figure. I mean, you could run all the way around, all through the building, or crawling, on your, crouching, and he would still find you and come right after you. There was no losing him. But now it wasn't so bad. I actually was able to lose him. Let's get my vitamins in my hand. So I popped the vitamins and ran all around ran around the outside. I'm actually crawling. And before, he'd just keep following me and be able to find me, but this time it sounds like he got stuck somewhere. Unfortunately, he didn't track me down this time. I didn't have to pull out my cross. But he does move fast. So you gotta be careful going out there in the hallways. Yeah, I was, like I said, disappointed that the guiding light is not as bright as it used to be. So I thought I had gotten all the breakers down here, and I had actually missed one and had to come back in here to find it, because it wasn't lit up like they used to be. They do light up a little bit, but not nearly as much as they used to. So he keeps going on that side over there, so I decided to go around this side over here. I gotta make sure which direction he's going before I move down. Yeah, he's coming up on the opposite side. You see a little bit of glow here? There's a little bit of glow, but it's not as bright as it used to be. There was no breaker in this room. Sometimes now he actually goes into the room. So he came all the way in the room on the other side over there. I had to pull my cross out just in case. So he walked right past one. That's the last one that I got, and one I missed. I didn't realize it was there. I saw the light from back here, but I picked up another breaker over there, and I thought that was the last one, but there was two breakers in the middle up there. So I get the one over here on the right. All these guys anyway. There's one outside there. I want to crawl really fast again, so I popped another vitamin. I only got one left. I used to get out of there. You can see some glowing lights over there. I gotta wait till it's safe to go over there and grab it. You can tell it's outside the room. That was too close. He's going up the other side, so I'm going to keep moving on out. I was hoping that I had got them all, but there were two, and that last one I picked up there, when I popped those vitamins, there was another one very close by there that I didn't know was there. I have to go back and get it. And I didn't realize that down here, I thought I had put something in the guiding light the last time I played. So he can hear me walking around down here. That's new. I didn't think he could hear all the way down here. So I just stuck my flashlight in there. So I'd have it the next time I go in, I'd have my flashlight, which is pretty much the main thing I like to keep when going through the hotel. So I gotta stay crouched no matter where I go now, because he can hear me all the way on the other side of the building here. So I'm just looking around for any other breakers, and there's one over here in this corner. So there's a little bit of guiding light, but not a lot. There is no other over here. So I'm thinking, well, that's it. I can go pop them in the breaker box now. And do the puzzle, the switch puzzle. Nothing over here. when I put that last one in, I grabbed upstairs, I saw that I was short one. I gotta find that one. I can see the light over there now. It almost looks like there's light back here too, but it wasn't back here. Going back down the other side. That was interesting. They made the oil actually look like oil now. It has the rainbow color to it. I don't know if you noticed that in the oil on the floor. A lot of times you see oil in the out in the street on a rainy day. It looks like rainbow colors when it's laying on top of water, mixed with water. And I never noticed that before, but they actually put the rainbow colors in the oil slick over here. You can see it again when we go by it, I believe. You see how it looks rainbowy? Put the rainbow colors in the oil slick. That's kind of neat. I never picked that up before. Alright, so now we got all the breakers. I'm not even going to stand up in here because he could come rushing at me in here. I'll put the breakers in and then I can stand up. He still does his dance. And now he's outside, I can stand on my feet and walk. It had been so long since I've done this, I actually missed one of the numbers on my first try, and this is the easiest one. I missed the 3 because I was looking at another number. So you gotta remember, if you miss one, just remember 4, 6, 8, 9, and just see what one comes up that you didn't get before. 3, that's the one I didn't get before. And 6, yep. You pretty much have to do that, the last one, because it's so fast. And the last one, they don't even give you the last number, so. So I had picked the wrong one, it was 5 instead of 6. No, it was 6, it wasn't 8. And this one was, the last one was easier because it only was like 2 numbers, 1 and 2, and then unknown. So I knew I just have to watch for 1 and 2, and if there's a different number, there's a 3. So 3 is the last one. So I always like to hit figure with the cross when I went up toward the elevator, but he just got tangled up somewhere. He didn't come all the way up the stairs. See, I don't even hear him running anymore. So I thought, let's drop the alarm clock. I want to get my cross ready, so he's gone. He just didn't run all the way up here after me. Something went wrong with the last chase there. So that was it for the hotel again. That's what the hotel is like now. Got a whole new huge library, new basements, a new Jeff shop. The shop itself is the same, but getting to the shop is different. And Holt and Jeff's shop, they're the same as they were from the previous, in the hospital area, same from the previous update. And the outside garden is the same as the previous update, and the greenhouse is the same that I remember. Figure's not quite as bad as he was. They tamed him down a little bit, which is good. I think they made a cartoon character out of Screech. And the books look very cartoonish now. think they looked better before. I don't know. It is easier to find the books in the library now. I just look for the blue books with the crescent moon on them. They still do ring like they used to. But I didn't go very far here in the mines because I just don't like the mines anymore. You could pretty easy to make it through all the way to Seek, but Seek is extremely difficult for me anyway to get past now because it's so damn long. You gotta jump like 10 times across these broken bridges, and then you gotta do this stupid minecar roller coaster thing. So it's crazy. So I just don't play the mines. Anyway, that's all I'm gonna do for this one. So I just wanted to cover the hotel again. And there's my flashlight. I can grab it back here if I want to, or put something else in there if I change my mind. So I can actually switch it with the cross. Well, I thought I could. Gotta hit E long enough, and there it goes. So I put the cross in and grab my flashlight. But I knew I wasn't going to make it all the way through, and I want to keep my flashlight, so I'm going to put the flashlight back in there. Anyway, I thought I had gone through the other one where you get the potion that creates a second rift, but I must have done it in my alt character because it's not here. So I got the other breaker for that generator. I gotta go plug it in, and then the other fuse, go plug it in and switch the generator on and continue on, open the door, and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, so much for this. I appreciate you guys checking out this video. I'm not gonna go through this any longer. And check out my other videos. Appreciate it, and give a thumbs up or subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll try to keep some videos coming. Thanks. Bye.